This week on BGTV,
Eric will take us to Multicultural Night hosted by World Language Honor Society.
Connor will ask the Washingtonville staff how helpful the secretaries are at our school.
Troy will introduce us to someone who has a unique hidden hobby.
Michaela went to check out the annual Special Olympics.
Lastly, Brittany will join the recycling club.
Hey Wizards! I'm Lana.
I'm Mackenzie,
And you're watching BGTV.
Multicultural Night is hosted by the World Language Honor Society and highlights different cultures and traditions.
Last week, Eric was fortunate enough to be able to attend this amazing celebration of diversity.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the annual World Language Honor Society Multicultural Night.
Hey Wizards, I'm representing my culture at the World Language Honor Society Multicultural Night. So Michaela, we know that you're the president of the World Language Honor Society, and would you mind telling us what is the Multicultural Night?
Sure, so the Multicultural Night is our annual event for the World Language Honor Society where we decorate the cafeteria with a bunch of different flags as a way to celebrate, at least as much as possible, the very diverse community we have at Washingtonville, to make sure that every culture feels included. Some planning after school, trying to organize the food donations, the decoration making, and as well as our acts, because we also have performances, and kind of getting them rehearsed for our big show tonight.
First act of the night, we have Juani Miguel performing Viva La Vida. He is 16 years old and a sophomore here at Washingtonville High School.
Can you tell us what your role is for tonight?
So tonight I'm the MC, so I'll be announcing all the acts, and I'm also the treasurer of World Language Honor Society, so I kind of facilitated the whole cafeteria area.
Grace Brzezinski. Tonight she is singing Odell Mio Dulce Ardor from Gluck.
Celebrate.
So I'm mixed. I'm Surinamese, Guyanese Indian, and Filipino. And part of my Filipino culture, I love having noodles for special occasions like birthday because it means long life. And just I love the music and everything a part of my culture because it's so passionate.
Number 2 on the piano is Ryan Godfrey.
Special Olympics is the world's largest sports organization for children and adults with special needs.
On Saturday, April 22nd, several Washingtonville's finest students competed at the Special Olympics held at West Point.
Winning multiple medals, the students made Washingtonville extremely proud.
Today I'm here at the annual Special Olympics at West Point. The students and volunteers of the Best Buddies program have been training all year long and cannot wait to get started.
My role in the Best Buddies is definitely connecting with the athletes. I'm more of eye to eye, helping them do things like talking about their plans for the weekend.
I hang out with the kids a lot and just try and make them feel like they're more a part of the school because they only have the small classes that they're in. So we basically just try and be another friend to them.
Go Wizards!
I participate in the Best Buddies program just because it's fun. I feel like it gets you closer to everyone and I don't know, I just like making new friends, and all the people in Special Olympics and Best Buddies are really nice and really fun to be around.
Okay, Steven, so what's your favorite part about Special Olympics?
I love running and the throwing.
And how do you prepare for the Special Olympics each year?
You have to be there on time.
Yeah, that's good. Be here on time.
Get dressed. Have breakfast. Head out.
We usually have 2 to 3 practices a month. We meet in the mornings about 6:45, and our volunteers from the school come and we do warm-ups, and then we do some practice javelin throwing and softball throwing and running, whatever our kids want to participate when the Special Olympics. And we do this from usually October. We start right until the event. There are a wonderful group of kids that deserves to have just as much as anybody else. And so the Special Olympics gives them this. How do you feel when you participate in Special Olympics? Do you feel amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It really is.
April 26th is known as Administrative Assistance Day. In honor of the amazing people who assist with the running of our school, we thank you.
I am so grateful for the administrative assistants in this building. They make our lives so much easier, seamless. They work so hard at their jobs without ever complaining, always a smile on their face, and truly without the administrative assistants in our building, the teaching staff, the administrative staff would suffer, would be at a loss. So thank you each and every day to all of our wonderful administrative assistants.
The secretaries here at our school are always so helpful, so kind. I love walking in there in the morning, seeing their smiling faces. They help me out have helped me out so many times in so many ways, and I really don't know what I would do without them. I really appreciate everything they do for us.
I think secretaries are so amazing because this whole building would be nothing without them. This building would not run. Nothing would happen without them. So I think everybody needs to keep in mind that the secretaries are really the backbone of the whole district.
Secretaries are the most amazing people in this entire district. They are the beating heart of this entire school culture. They do so much work and deserve all the appreciation and thanks from all of us. Thank you guys for everything that you do.
I was asked to say a few things about the secretaries in office for Kim, Paulette, and Peggy. First and foremost, I just want to say that we appreciate you and everything that you do on a daily basis. And I had to think about it a little bit because I wanted to make sure I said the right thing, so I had a few things that I wrote down. So every time I go down there, I feel like this is how they present themselves in a very professional demeanor. I feel like they're tough but fair with certain situations when kids come down there and I overhear them, and I always kind of say, yeah, that's probably what I would do. They're respectful. They're always looking to help. Anytime someone comes in there, they're always looking to help them out, whether it's a parent coming in from the outside, if it's a student looking for somebody, or even if it's a teacher, they're looking to help them out. I believe they go above and beyond, and as a teacher in the school, I can't ask for anything else.
To all of the secretaries at Washingtonville High School, I just want to let you know that we know who really runs this place. We appreciate you, we love you, thank you for everything that you do.
Now let's take a quick commercial break.
Flag football unfortunately had a tough week, leaving them with a 0-4 record, but they have enough games left in their schedule where they can turn it around. Baseball started off their week with a pair of losses, but then came back in a big way with an 11-3 win over Warwick on the 20th. This puts them at a 2-6 overall record. Boys lacrosse is currently undefeated, continuing their winning streak with a 19-8 score over Pine Bush. A forfeit from FDR puts them at an impressive 6-0 record. Girls lacrosse unfortunately lost 2 close games this past week to Saugerties and Monroe Woodbury. They currently have a 0-4 record, but similar to flag football, they have a ton of games left. Softball had a week filled with the toughest teams in the league. Unfortunately, they now sit with a 2-8 season, but they'll have a chance to redeem themselves next week with a much lighter schedule. The girls' track and field team unfortunately lost at their meet against Cornwall, leaving them with an 0-2 record. The boys' track and field team earned an 82-59 win over Cornwall last week. They now improved to a perfect 2-0 season. Now let's check out what's coming up next week. Baseball will play at home against Kingston on May 1st, away at NFA on the 3rd, and home against Monroe-Woodbury on the 5th. Flag football will be away on May 3rd, playing Monroe-Woodbury, and back at home on the 6th to play Kingston. Boys golf will be away at Kingston on the 2nd, home versus Pine Bush on the 3rd, and away at Warwick the 4th. Girls golf will be away at Kingston on the 2nd and Cornwall on the 3rd. They will compete at home against NFA on the 4th. Boys lacrosse is away all week, traveling to East Chester on the 2nd and Minnesink on the 5th. Girls lacrosse will also be on the road this week, with away games at O'Neill on the 1st, Pine Bush on the 3rd, Highland on the 5th, and Walk-Hill on the 6th. Softball has 3 away games this week, May 1st at Cornwall, May 2nd at Kingston, and May 4th at Valley Central. Boys tennis will actually be finishing off their regular season this week with a home match against Monticello and Liberty and an away match against Valley Central.
The National English Honor Society will be holding our annual book drive starting May 15th. Please donate any personal books you have to your English teacher by May 19th. The English teacher with the most books donated will win the National English Honor Society Championship belt.
Attention juniors and seniors, there will be a senior class kickball fundraiser which will be held on Monday, May 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the upper baseball fields. Please check your Google Classroom and pick up a permission slip in the main office.
Looking for a job? Head to the guidance office and check out the recently updated job board with new opportunities for employment. Wassonaville is filled with students who have some pretty interesting and surprising hidden hobbies and talents.
Eric Jimenez Rijo is one of those individuals. This week, Troy will introduce us to him so we can find out what makes him unique.
I'm Eric Jimenez Rijo. I'm from the Dominican Republic. Moved here to the U.S. in the 4th of July 2020. So I'm in Washingtonville High School, same high school I started, same high school I plan to finish. I'm currently also enrolled in the aviation BOCES, best program there is and best program there will ever be. The process is simple. You basically just go into the airport, you sign up in BOCES, they're gonna give you some paperwork. You're gonna meet a lot of people, including the teacher that's gonna teach you the class, the owner of the company you're affiliated with, etc. Check this. Flying is pretty great. Actually, right now I'm lesson 13 is the next lesson I do. It's basically a test. My instructor will sit down in the plane with me, stare at me, and I will take off, go to the practice area, and land. If I do it right, he will sign me up for an actual test with the chief flight instructor. So I'm not touching it. If I pass that test, I'll be written off for my first solo flight. Over 6, but the engine is extra hot, so that is going to happen. My first flight was in October of 2022. It's pretty simple. It was discovery flight. We just went up with the instructor, did a couple maneuvers just to see if I actually liked it. After that, I took the decision that I was going to actually be in the program. It looked beautiful from up there. We flew about Middletown. Well, right now, my goal into aviation is to become an airline pilot. After I'm done with BOCES, I'll probably go to the college that has a flight school in it, get all my licenses, and we are officially pre-flighted. There's a couple colleges that they're associated with airlines. Let's say Purdue University, they're associated with Delta. So if you do become a good pilot and go all your ratings with them, you will have a job offer by the time you're done with college. In the aviation field, there's mostly pros, but in the process for you to become a pilot, most of them are cons. The price is one of the main cons, but also all the time it takes. And the pros, well, you do something you like. It's the best view you'll ever find, best office you'll ever have. If you work for an airline, you fly for free, your family flies for free, and you get an amazing paycheck every single week.
That's a good answer.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's see what club Brittany joins this week on Brittany Joins a Club.
Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Brittany Joins a Club. I'm Brittany Dankwa, and every week I join a new club to learn more about them. Since last Saturday was Earth Day, I decided to join the recycling club, and not only found ways to help the earth, but also made Washingtonville a greener place. I'm Brittany Dankwa, and this is Brittany Joins a Club.
Brittany Joins a Club.
And I'm Brittany Dankwa, and this is Brittany Joins a Club. Okay, you can cut it. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Brittany.
Did you just throw that in the trash?
Yeah, why?
Recycling! It's killer that nobody cares about the earth, and it hurts, because I was hoping we could make a bigger impact, and nobody wants to make that impact.
Did someone say recycling? Literally at the meet, I was picking up people's garbage from their stickers.
Enter the danger zone. Follow me. Lance. Is it him? Oh no. We need you. Follow us on a mission. We found the non-recycler in his wild habitat.
Do you like recycling?
Say no, say no.
I hate recycling.
Do you care about recycling?
No.
Oh my gosh. You know what? We can fix this.
Recycle this.
Where?
Come with me.
But it's blue. It can't be garbage.
But it's recyclable. Put it in. It's okay. Put it in. You did it. Now, with my new band of recyclers, me and them will help to recycle this school. Let's go. Ready, guys? 3, 2, 1, recycle!
And that was all for this week, Wizards. I'm Lana.
I'm Mackenzie, and you're watching BGTV. I messed up too.
I have been training all year long and cannot.
President of the
Keep it rolling.
World Language Understanding. Okay.
And to find out. Oh my god.
Bull run is a rodeo sport that involves a rider getting onto a bull and attempting to stay mounted while the bull tries to buck off the rider.
It is the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports.
All right.
Flag football unfortunately had a tough week, leaving them with a 0-4 record, but they have enough games left in their schedule where they can turn it around. Baseball started off their week with a pair of losses, but then came back in a big way with an 11-3 win over Warwick on the 20th. This puts them at a 2-6 overall record. Boys lacrosse is currently undefeated, continuing their winning streak with a 19-8 score over Pine Bush. A forfeit from FDR puts them at an impressive 6-0 record. Girls lacrosse unfortunately lost 2 close games this past week to Saugerties and Monroe Woodbury. They currently have a 0-4 record, but similar to flag football, they have a ton of games left. Softball had a week filled with the toughest teams in the league. Unfortunately, they now sit with a 2-8 season, but they'll have a chance to redeem themselves next week with a much lighter schedule. The girls' track and field team unfortunately lost at their meet against Cornwall, leaving them with an 0-2 record. The boys' track and field team earned an 82-59 win over Cornwall last week. They now improved to a perfect 2-0 season. Now let's check out what's coming up next week. Baseball will play at home against Kingston on May 1st, away at NFA on the 3rd, and home against Monroe Woodbury on the 5th. Flag football will be away on May 3rd playing Monroe Woodbury and back at home on the 6th to play Kingston. Boys golf will be away at Kingston on the 2nd, home versus Pine Bush on the 3rd, and away at Warwick the 4th. Girls golf will be away at Kingston on the 2nd and Cornwall on the 3rd. They will compete at home against NFA on the 4th. Boys lacrosse is away all week, traveling to East Chester on the 2nd and Minnesink on the 5th. Girls lacrosse will also be on the road this week, with away games at O'Neill on the 1st, Pine Bush on the 3rd, Highland on the 5th, and Walk Hill on the 6th. Softball has 3 away games this week, May 1st at Cornwall, May 2nd at Kingston, and May 4th at Valley Central. Boys tennis will actually be finishing off their regular season this week with a home match against Monticello and Liberty and an away match against Valley Central.